Okay, we ought to be live. Is anybody there? Oh boy. Well, if anyone is here, welcome. As I get some dust off of the Tardis console. Did that dust fly back up? God, it did. I hate it when it does that. Anyway, hello? Is anybody there? Hello? Hello? Maybe people are scared. Maybe they don't want to be here. Maybe they don't want to be in this chat. Oh, hey, no, we do have someone. Hello? Hello and welcome to the Doctor Who Series 11 live stream. Oh, goodness me. Well, we'll go ahead and chill out here for a sec. Let other people join in. Yeah, let's just chill out for a sec while everyone finds their way here. I do have a tweet that's supposed to go out at 2:05, which is about 4 minutes from now, so we could be waiting here for a few minutes, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and just chillax. Hello, hello, hello there, hello there. I tried to say that like the Joker would, but it didn't work. So, how was it? You haven't been watching the reactions. Well, thanks. It's been good. I've enjoyed Series 11. We'll just go ahead and straight up say I enjoyed Series 11. So, yes, thank you. Welcome to my Tardis. That's totally not a horrible green screen effect. As you can see from me waving my hand, it's not messing with the green screen effect. So, yeah. Little interesting thing though. I mean, technically, it's not my Tardis. It is the 13th Doctor's Tardis. This is not my Tardis. However, I am actually her newest companion. So, yeah. I will go ahead and just say I am my own self-insert fanfiction companion. So, ha 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 ha. Anyway. Good evening, if it's evening for you. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here, but it's entirely possible that it's evening for you. So, you have that TARDIS. I actually do... Oh, goodness, I can't reach it. Well, I mean, I can reach it if I really try. One sec. Oh, goodness. Okay. I have this... I have her TARDIS. Oh, goodness me, it's like the Space and Time minisode. There's a TARDIS in the TARDIS. Plus, it's like, what was it, Flatline? Was that the one where it was really small? Hang on, let me readjust the door here. So, whoop. Okay, we're good. Yeah. You're still watching the classics. Alright, you're still watching the classic reactions. Well, good, because there's plenty where that came from. That's going to be continuing long after these Doctor Who reactions finish, once I catch up. I should set this down somewhere. I'll just set this down over here. There we go. It's 9 o'clock over where you are. That's pretty awesome. Alright, we've got a decent amount of people. Let's go ahead and start. This is our Series 11 live stream. Probably most of you guys are aware how these work. This is where I try to talk about Doctor Who Series 11, and generally we devolve into some weird topic that's not really related to Doctor Who. Which I'm more than welcome on this occasion. If you guys have seen my announcements for this stream, I have made sure that it is aware that if the chat gets out of hand, talking about Doctor Who Series 11. If things just get way out of hand, then I will turn the live stream off and I will never do this again. But so far, we seem to be good. And we also do have, I made sure to have some help with making sure everything goes well. So I would like you guys to meet the Play Nice Squad. This is the Play Nice Squad. these guys are here to make sure that you guys play nice in the chat. So, yes, I will be turning this on and off at my own pleasure. And, yeah, I really enjoy having these two here to help me. So, will I be getting classic screwdrivers? Yes, I will, actually. I will not be getting the second Doctors, probably. I think it's safe to assume I won't be getting the second Doctors, mainly just because it's a pen light. But we did actually start recording our reaction to Fury from the Deep, which features the sonic screwdriver. Spoilers, sorry. Anyway. So, yeah, I probably won't get that one, but once the third Doctor rolls around, I will definitely be picking up that one. So, yeah. What makes you think that they are evil, Woody and Graham? What do you think is evil about these two? No, they're fine. What is this nice you speak of? I know, it's a foreign concept, really. Very, very foreign. But yes. So, anyway. I think you will probably be okay, to be honest, but who knows? Yeah. What were we saying? Oh, yeah, screwdrivers. I will definitely get the third Doctors once we get to there. So, yeah. Anyway, turn those guys off for now. Favorite TARDIS interior? That's a good question. Mine, I kind of go back and forth on that. I would say either the 12th Doctors or the 8th Doctors. Mainly because I think they're just very homely, you know? I think they're just really, really nice. So, probably one of those two. So, yeah. Yeah, I guess just either the 8th Doctor or the 12th Doctor. Of course, maybe that's sacrilegious. I'm saying that here within the 13th Doctors. The 13th Doctor's TARDIS is getting a little bit better, though. Like, I think you guys told me, like, they fixed it up in Series 12 so, like, they could film better in it. So, it is getting a little bit better, but it's not quite as, I guess, homely, you know? Like, I like, especially with the 12th Doctor, I like the bookshelves he would have, and, like, there's a chalkboard and stuff, and he would go and do stuff or just read a book or something, which, I mean, the 8th Doctor does that, too, but still, I guess because with the 12th Doctor, it is also, like, it's homely, but it's also a spacecraft, whereas a lot of times with something like, you know, this TARDIS, it's more just spacecraft, and then with the 8th Doctor, it's really just homely and less spacecraft, so I'd probably say that the 12th Doctor's is a good sort of mix in there, so yeah. One of your favorites is the 11's Orange from Series 5. Yeah, that was okay. Again, I still prefer the homely ones, but yeah, that's a good one. They're all good. It's just, if you ask me what are my favorites, that'll be my thing. So, best and worst thing about Series 11. One thing you love, one thing you hate or don't love. Okay. One thing I love is the historical episodes. Definitely. I think, honestly, the best episode of Series 11 is Demons of the Punjab. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. Maybe I'm not. But that episode is definitely the best one. It was Rosa for a little bit, but I think the drag on the Rosa episode is the villain, whereas that's not really a problem in Demons. So yeah, I'd probably say Demons is the best thing, and the historicals are the best thing about Series 11. Okay, one thing I didn't love, one thing, because I didn't really hate anything in Series 11, but one thing I didn't love is I feel like the Doctor was sort of lacking presence. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I like when the Doctor has presence, you know? And it kind of took me back to the first Doctor, honestly, where it's like, okay, the Doctor is sort of, I don't want to say like taking a back seat, and she's obviously more active than the first Doctor is, but still, like, I don't know, I didn't quite get enough of this is the Doctor doing what the Doctor does, I guess it's sort of like that. And again, it kind of reminds me of the first Doctor, where they haven't figured everything out yet. They're like, okay, yes, he's our lead actor technically, but what are we doing in terms of him being the main character? And they don't really figure all that out until later on, and then into the second Doctor. So probably that would be what I don't love. Now, I will actually go ahead and say that having watched Spyfall, both parts of Spyfall, I feel like that was fixed in that. So yeah, I'd probably say that. So anyway, let's see. Given season 13 will be cut down further due to COVID and the already reduced series 11 and series 12 lengths, should Whittaker go against tradition and do a fourth season? I'm definitely down for that. I'm definitely down for that. I understand that, there's some... I get the, the even three, which I believe Troughton has, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, isn't the story that Troughton actually said that to Peter Davison when he took over? It's like, just do 3. Don't go overboard with how many seasons you're doing, So I like the even 3, but I will say that, I would like more with Jodie Whittaker. Now, granted, I haven't finished series 12, so we do need to. I do need to get through that before I can really say that. But I would be totally fine with doing a bit more. I mean, weren't they going to do another season with Matt Smith before he pulled out? So I'd be totally fine with another one for her. Here, I'm gonna tilt this up just slightly. Tilt up the eye. I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway, let's see. Really love how they gave the light bulb on top of the TARDIS more of a use and a purpose, using it in the Battle of Rancor Avkolos to put the planet back where they were. Yeah, I mean, that was an interesting visual. Yeah, because they never really used the TARDIS light, so that was good. Hey, been watching since around the beginning of Capaldi. Finally able to catch one of these. Just want to say I really like your reactions due to going in more in depth in the discussion. Yes, thank you. That is why we do these, and you'll notice that I only do these live streams for Doctor Who. I don't do this for like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or something. I gotta quit referencing JoJo. I'm referencing it too much, especially in Doctor Who stuff. But anyway, the historicals were the best. Yes, Demons is the best one, definitely. Lacking presence is a very diplomatic way of putting it. Okay. I do know that there are those that don't like Jodie Whittaker's performance. I do like her performance. Again, that is more down to the writing than her performance, I feel like she needs a bit more, which I said that about Capaldi too. Now, Capaldi could, power... maybe that's the difference between Peter Capaldi and Jodie Whittaker, is that Capaldi, though granted he was given a bit more in his writing just from the way they wrote the Doctor specifically, but I feel like he could power through episodes even without, spectacular writing, and he could deliver it like, no, this is one of those big episodes. Whereas Jodie Whittaker, and this isn't really her fault, but she's honestly given a little bit less, but honestly it is sort of like, she's not exactly doing it like that. Does that make any sense? Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. I like how non-bleak this season was compared with other seasons. It was nice to have a break. Okay, I can kind of get that. I'm not sure. Could you possibly give an example of that? Because I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess I can kind of get... Well, I mean, we're taking a break from, like, companion deaths or tragedy or something like that. So I could kind of understand that. But perhaps a bit more elaboration, good sir. But yeah, I can understand that. Really like Season 12. Most of my issues with Series 11 are fixed or at least improved in Series 12. Well, hey, isn't that great? Am I going to be sad when I get caught up? No, not necessarily. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be weird because Doctor Who has been a part of my life for 3 years now. But technically, I'm not going to be... Like, it's not going to be gone once I catch up with the Series 13 New Year's special that just came out. Because I'll still be doing the classic reactions, you know? So technically, I'm not going to be, done with Doctor Who. But it is going to be kind of weird when, Wednesdays, some other show goes up instead of Doctor Who. So, yeah. Which I need to figure out what date. I'm assuming Series 13 is not coming out like anytime soon. And by anytime soon, I mean before or even close to when I catch up with Series 12. So I need to set an actual date for when the poll to replace Doctor Who goes up on Patreon. Which we've got some interesting shows on there. As a little taste, one show that's going to be on that poll is actually Supernatural. Because I thought that sounds like a good like follow up to Doctor Who. So yeah. I like that the historicals contained less sci-fi ideas. Both Demons and Rosa could have functioned without them more or less. Yes, I understand that. Honestly, Demons kind of did. Like the only thing was that there is a bit of a mystery surrounding the assassin dudes. But for the most part, like they said, they're not there, They're not there to actually... They're not there to interfere. They're just there to, mourn for those who are unmourned, basically. So yeah, that one definitely felt like a bit more of a... almost a First Doctor historical where it's like there's nothing really here, like there's not really sci-fi here, there's just a historical thing, which is what I really like about those historicals. I wish we could have gotten that more often, honestly, with earlier seasons with other Doctors. Hell, I wish I could get that now with Troughton, Oh well. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so Troughton did say only do 3 seasons, but Davison had less episodes. That's interesting. So, well, I mean, he couldn't have... It probably just didn't occur that would be the thing, Things should have cut the aliens from the historicals entirely. They'd be better without them, like First Doctor historicals. I agree and also slightly disagree at the same time. Like, okay, you know what it is? It should... I think it needs to be a case-by-case basis because the demons, I don't remember what the assassins were called, but those guys worked because that was part of the mystery of why things weren't working. I feel like Rosa would have easily worked without the one, the villain there. That would have worked without the villain. Just make it like, oh, well, for some reason, Rosa Parks, things are going wrong and she's not going to end up on that bus. And so the Doctor and the fam, I was going to say gang, but I guess they are fam. They're going to be, they're trying to do things in the background to where she doesn't notice, but then, or even like, because it was more, planned for Rosa Parks to stay at her seat. If the Doctor and everyone just got more involved in that, in the planning or something. So I say it's case by case. In Demons, it's good. In Rosa, it's not good. So, yeah. Let's see. Favorite Who monster in general can be from the show itself or the spin-offs or from Series 11. Ooh, okay. Favorite Doctor Who monster. Huh. I really have to think about that. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is the Daleks, you know? Because the Daleks... I mean, they're the Daleks, for God's sake, you know? Like, they're the Daleks, you know? You kind of want to... that's just kind of... I don't know. Like, other than them, really would have to go through all of them. But, well, I mean... I've got... Oh, goodness, this has... I've been playing the... Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I forgot that the, YouTube also puts up... Like, it shows me the actual stream as I'm going through it. Can I... Oh, okay. Yes, I can. Good. Okay. Oh, wait, that puts me on this side. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Hold up. All right, hang on. Okay. Okay, I fixed it. I fixed it. Okay. We're back over here. We're on the playlist. I'm gonna go through quickly and try to see what we had here, basically. This is already gonna take me a while. The Slovene, the Reapers. Oh, goodness me. Goodness me. It was like my Philip Price impression from Mr. Robot. So many. How am I going to be able to go through? Oh, well, Weeping Angels. That's a good one. It's a little too much to try to go through them all, but maybe Weeping Angels, if not the Daleks. So, yeah. Anyway. Do you think the writers these days know how to deal with a TARDIS foursome? Seemed to me like Yaz in particular suffered. I think... Well, they could be doing better. Do I think it's bad? No, but could it be better? Yes. I do kind of agree with Yaz. Like, there's a number of times where it's like, where they're in a situation, and I think, okay, Yaz can do something because she's a cop. Like, okay, well, Yaz can do this because she's a cop, and then that doesn't happen. It's like, well, is she a cop or not? Let her do her thing, you know? So I think that's more of a forgetting, like, what you created, you know, forgetting the character you created, but for the most part, I think they are okay. I will admit, though, it is a bit tricky because you are going back to a group of four, you know? And having that group of four does sort of take away from the Doctor being center stage, you know? Which is fine. You can do that. You can do that, but it needs to all work out. And so far, it could be better, is what I'm saying. Pating versus the Frog universe, which is more amusing to you? Which is more amusing? The Frog universe was hilarious. It sounds like something that would happen on classic Doctor Who. You know, like some weird, like, Pertwee or Baker episode where there's just a little puppet frog and he's talking, you know, like it sounds like one of those episodes, or even something. I mean, it could apply to any of them, really. I don't know why I thought of Pertwee first, but yeah, so that's hilarious, but it was also a little too hilarious. The Pating I thought was actually just a fun, you know, monster, so I like that. So I don't know. You don't think 4 has ever been a good idea? Too many characters for a show where you have a bunch of new guest characters every week. It really just depends on how you write them. You need to make sure everyone kind of has equal screen time, basically, you know? You just need to make sure everyone has equal screen time. So, you know, some characters have more importance in episodes than others, you know, like in this episode, we're going to do more with Ryan and Graham. In this episode, we're going to do more with Yaz. That's totally fine, and then they support each other when they're not center stage. But it is tricky. You have to know what you're doing, and it could be better. So, did you think the series relied too much on tell, don't show? Not really. That never really stuck out to me. open for examples, but I don't really, that never really stuck out to me. So Doctor and companions are not really threatened in this season. I like that the Doctor could keep her companions safe for the most part. Okay, that's an interesting thought. Yeah, I mean, well, first off, there was nothing about death, which after going through, you know, I mean, because there were a lot of episodes with Capaldi where it's just like, oh, this character died, and he's like, that's just the way of the universe, you know? Sometimes that happens, and, you know, sometimes he does better with it, but for the most part, it's just like, sometimes that happens, Clara. You know, or especially like on Thin Ice when it's like, you know, oh, I don't have the luxury of outrage, you know, like, so which is probably what you were mentioning earlier about, you know, this series being less bleak. So yeah, I do get that. For the most part, the companions are pretty good, and especially after everything that happened with Clara and then everything that happened with Bill, you know, you're kind of like, okay, we're good. The companions are good. You know, we're just gonna keep them. They're safe. We're gonna be protected. We're gonna do this. It's all great. So, anyway, from 2006 characters, options have been making. Okay. This always happens. This always happens where I try to catch up and then it puts me in a weird place and I have to scroll back. To quote the 12th Doctor, it's not an evil plan. I don't really know what to do when it isn't an evil plan. Yeah, I like that. This is nice. Don't know what to do when it's not an evil plan. What if one of the companions got injured for an episode or two? Would elevate feeling of danger, like in the Monk trilogy. That'd be interesting. Rosa was let down by the space racist. Like, hey, well done standing up to racism in the 60s, Rosa. However, bad news, it still exists thousands of years in the future. Yeah, I mean, you can say that, but I feel like one thing, you know, someone would say is like, you know, well, when do we defeat racism? That's a very tricky question, you know? And I know we don't need to get like way too, you know, deep on this live stream, but it's like, when do we defeat racism? Would it ever truly go away? That's debatable. It's debatable whether or not it'll truly go away. But that doesn't mean you can't still fight it, you know? So even if it's like, yes, thousands of years in the future, there's this guy that wanted to come back and stop you, you know, and it's like, oh, well, that is what I'm doing even important? It's important. It's kind of important in the moment and in the near future, you know, because then that act of Rosa Parks keeping her seat on the bus would then inspire people in that future to stand up to someone like this in that future, you know? So I don't really agree with that. That said, the space racist was kind of dumb in that episode. Like, he wasn't good in that particular episode. But the idea that, oh, well, does this undermine, you know, Rosa doing... Because, I mean, for God's sake, it still exists today. And if it's still, you know, if Rosa Parks did her thing and it still exists today, it will probably still exist in the future. That doesn't take away from what she did. So that's probably what I would say. I hope that didn't get way too deep. So, yeah. Not related. Can I add Yuri on Ice to my anime reactions? I've heard the name Yuri on Ice. I can. How long is it? We could do it on Saturday if it's short enough. I'm gonna need something. Well, I was gonna say I need something after One Punch Man, but I think Star Wars: The Bad Batch is gonna start up, and then after the Bad Batch, I was actually thinking about doing Class. So anyway, I was thinking I was finally gonna do Class. By the way, Doctor Who is now on HBO Max all the way through, I believe, through the Timeless Children. I don't think the latest special is up. But they also have the Sarah Jane Adventures and Torchwood on HBO Max. But they don't have Class, because apparently nobody cares about Class. So I was thinking like, oh, okay, well, Class will probably be on HBO Max as well, and I can watch it there, and I can get that done, and I can be a completionist, you know? But Class isn't on HBO Max, so I'm going to have to find it some other way, if I am going to do it. Which I'm going to need to see if you guys would actually be interested in that, so I don't know. Sort of want them to explore more of the solid tracks. Oh yeah, the solid track. Mainly due to not really understanding its purpose, but I do really like it takes you away as an episode as a whole. Yes, that was definitely interesting, the whole thing with the solid track. Now, the difficult thing would be bringing it back because we already had, the two universes can't exist together, So, but I would be interested in that, because it's like, oh, well, the solid track was a part of, it was a part of, the stuff that built up the universe, but it wasn't compatible. So it was cast aside, and then the rest of those parts became the universe. So I do really like that, so I would be down for more of that. Yeah, Rosa Parks didn't solve racism. See the world right now. So yeah, Rosa Parks. It'd have been amazing if Rosa Parks solved racism, but no, that didn't happen. You can go to a lot of things and be like, oh, this was a big moment against racism. Yes, did it solve it? No, but was it a good step? Yes, it was a good step. So sometimes it'd be like that, Clara. Oh, that's exactly something he would say. Totally. Hey, you made it, and it's your 20th birthday. Happy birthday! Oh man, yeah, you said that you possibly were or were not going to make it. So welcome. I'm glad you've made it. I don't really have anything else to give you other than the gift of this live stream. Here, we can turn these guys back on for a sec, if that'll help, if that's a good birthday present for you. We'll leave those guys on for a minute. Yuri on Ice is 12 episodes. Well, okay, you've got me tempted now. Wait, has it been dubbed? Is that a thing I can ask? I'm assuming if you're offering it to me, then it has been dubbed. Although I could, it would be tricky. I've been wanting to do some subbed stuff, but I just I haven't had the courage to do anything subbed. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, can I put a vote in for feudal Japan? What was that in response to? I don't remember. Oh, dang it. Ugh. Okay. Oh, you were asking about what historical event period would you like to see in a future Doctor Who episode? Feudal Japan would be pretty interesting. It has been dubbed. Okay, good. Yes. Well then, okay, I'll think about it, definitely. Where was I? Yes, historical event or period that I would like to see. Feudal Japan is a good idea. That is a very interesting idea. I would like the American Civil War. And then I think I actually came up with this story in my head where the Doctor and their companions, and this can be any Doctor, honestly, but they go back to the American Civil War and they find something's up, it's like the end of the Civil War and things aren't going right, and then they realize that there's a Dalek there, basically, is what the twist would be. But this Dalek, it's like a lone Dalek, which I guess is sort of like Resolution, but hear me out. So this Dalek basically is trying to change events in history and help the Confederacy win the war. And so it basically becomes their general. And so I was thinking for a title, it could be like the General of the Daleks or something. Granted, there are no other Daleks there, but still. So that's an idea I had in my head. That or, actually, I have an entire list of Doctor Who stories I've come up with that I could just spout off, and there's a bunch of historicals in there too. So maybe we could do that in a little bit. So, Class had potential. They killed it for no reason. Poor Class didn't get much love. Did take a few episodes to find its feet and didn't have many. I'll see. If I eventually do get to Class, I will definitely see. It's like 8 or 10 episodes. I don't remember which. So, it's not like it would take me very long. So, let's see. Can't stay very long, but you'd like to say Amy's Crack. Yes. It's always good. Amy's Crack, also Talking Frog was funny. Thank you for reading my TED Talk. You're welcome. So, all we're missing is chest hair, and then suddenly we have one of my Doctor Who streams. So, here, let's turn off the Play Nice squad for a little bit. Anyway. Ooh. If I could wear the Doctor's clothes, which would I choose? Which outfit would I choose? I would go with Matt Smith's second outfit. I think that is honestly my favorite Doctor getup. Like, that would be the one that I would want to wear. Definitely. If not that, then maybe like the Ninth Doctor's, just because it's pretty basic. It'd be easy and comfortable to wear. But if we're going for one of the fancier ones, I'd probably go for the 11th Doctor's second one. So, yeah. Let's see. Do you think in this Chibnall era you've seen so far, there hasn't been a character-defining 13th Doctor moment? E.g., Capaldi's Zygon speech. Yes and slightly no. I mean, I feel like there are, like, every Doctor, they get their moment in their first episode where it's like, I'm the Doctor, and she definitely gets that. She definitely got that in her first episode. But you're right, I do wish that there was more. Now, granted, for Capaldi, if we're talking about the Zygon speech, that's not until his second season, so it's possible that we will get that. Obviously, you guys know more than I do because you've seen the rest of the episodes, but it's possible that we'll get that. But I am definitely down for that. I will say, she felt the most like the Doctor in Spyfall, which I've already, reacted to. So I would definitely say that's where she became the most like the Doctor, And honestly, those episodes felt the most Doctor Who to me, So hopefully we will get more, which is why, I'm totally down for more than 3 seasons of Jodie Whittaker so that we can get more of her. So, let's see. Amy's Crack is the best plot. Yeah, I watch Doctor Who for the plot, thank you. I watch it for the plot of... I watch Amy's Crack for the plot, so... Okay. Do you think there should have been more focus on specific parts of the characters? Like, Yaz got an episode about her heritage, which is an important part of her character, but she didn't have an episode where she showcased being a police officer. Ryan and Graham got a lot of focus. R.E. Morning Grace, but when the dyspraxia... Was the dyspraxia ever a hindrance that the plot focused on? Okay, so basically, do I want them to focus on the other aspects of the characters? I mean, yeah, obviously. I honestly keep forgetting that Ryan has dyspraxia. That is completely, I keep forgetting about it. So I could sort of take or leave that. I do want more of Yaz being a police officer, though, which, again, in Spyfall, I liked her, she becomes the journalist interviewing Barton, and I like that because she should be the one that should be able to do that. She's a cop. She could, she's good at interrogating people, I would assume. So Basically, do I want more of Yaz? Yes, I would. I do want more of Yaz. So, are you expecting a tragic ending for Graham, Ryan, and Yaz? Good Lord, I hope not. I hope they can just, walk away and be fine. I hope they are the next Martha Jones. Like, I am so done with all the death. Let them just walk away when they need to. So, the Civil War was in a classic Doctor Who serial, but that's all you'll say. Okay, well, that's good. Well, I mean, they've done multiple time periods in they've done time periods in multiple different stories, so you could do another one. No one's mentioned Code Geass. I've put Code Geass on a number of anime polls, buddy, but it gets almost no votes. I would love to watch Code Geass, but nobody really votes for it. So, anyway, let's see. Chibnall is doing 80s naming of Dalek stories, so we have to come up with a name beginning with an R for Alex's story. Maybe Rebellion of the Daleks? Racism of the Daleks? Oh my god. There you go. That should be the name of the Civil War one. Because I don't know why I thought the Confederacy, they would go with a Dalek. They're practically the same, They're practically the same, just a bit more, bit more red in the neck. So, there we go. We'll do that. No, I have not reacted to Class. I have not, and someday I will get around to it. I just haven't yet, You guys definitely, you don't hype it up very well, so I'm kind of iffy on actually doing it. But it's 8 episodes. I should just hunker down and do it sometime. I should just, record it just all in one go in the summer, and then just release it, in the winter. Which is kind of what I'm planning to do for Better Call Saul, anyway. Maybe not recording the whole thing in one session, but you get the idea. We need a Doctor Who JoJo's Bizarre Adventure crossover or story. Yes! Yes, we do. We definitely need that. I have always said that if the Doctor had a stand, it would be Hermit Purple. Think about that. That is the perfect stand for the Doctor, is Hermit Purple. And, if not Hermit Purple, I would go for Hierophant Green. So, also, I would just love if someone, because this is just where my mind goes during the day. What if there was, a companion who had Star Platinum? That would just be so cool. Oh, well, here's, this enemy. It's this Dalek is here. What do we do? What are we gonna do? This Dalek is about to shoot us. Ora! And then just Star Platinum beats the crap out of it. Just get all them auras going. Anyway, go watch JoJo if you haven't, anyway. Okay. I don't know what the plus sign and the numbers mean. I don't know what Dream Multiple Doctor Cross... I don't know what that means. So, Spyfall is a really fun story. I love it. Not without its flaws, obviously, yeah. But one of the best Chibnall stories I am. Honestly, it's... other than the historicals, I think Spyfall is the best we've had so far. So, I didn't get past Arachnids in the UK. I just couldn't stand it. Wish I enjoyed it. Well, here's what I can say to you. Because what comes after Arachnids in the UK? Is the Suranga Conundrum. Okay, if you're having a hard time getting back into Series 11, watch Demons. Watch Demons and then maybe go from there, and if not, then go from Demons to Spyfall is probably what I would tell you. So, yeah. Anyway. Where would the 13th Doctor rank in terms of your favorite Doctors? Not especially high right now. Of the modern Doctors, she would probably be below the others, which so that would put her in fifth place in terms of the modern Doctors. And then I haven't seen enough of the classic Doctors to really rank them in specifically. She's pretty low, not because of her, but because of the writing. I love Jodie Whittaker. I think Jodie Whittaker is great. I just want her to have better writing. And she got that in Spyfall, definitely. But I want more of that, you know? So here's hoping that, you know, she can really get going. The problem is I love them all so much that it's very difficult to start choosing between them, you know? So, like, even if she got everything that I want from her, she could still be in 5th place among the modern Doctors, but it would be it'd be very close. So yeah, let's see. That episode just felt like an indicator of what was to come. I just thought, okay, that's enough for me. I don't like all the hip terms the Doctor uses, like fam. Well, what? I mean, I guess I can understand that. Dude, it gets a lot better after Arachnids. Arachnids, I will admit, is probably... This is a big statement, but I'll go ahead and say I think Arachnids is probably the worst episode of Series 11. So, dude, get past it and you'll be fine. So, at least I assume so. I'm saying that as a guy who likes... Take it from a guy who likes Series 11. That I will say, you know, we can stake it on my reputation that I think you'll like if you keep going. Especially Demons. And then if you don't want to keep going after that, just skip over to Spyfall. So, racism of the Daleks is a bit on the nose. I mean, that's kind of their purpose. So, yeah. Am I going to watch Rosa with Dad? That was the original plan, but I've kind of changed that to be Demons recently, so I don't know. And granted, that implies that we're going to do a introduction episode for 12 and 13, which I might. I've kind of thought about, like, between the 2nd Doctor and 3rd Doctor, we could take a small break and do one episode of the 12th Doctor, which I'm thinking would be Mummy on the Orient Express, and then one episode for the 13th Doctor, which I'm thinking would be either Demons or Rosa, leaning a bit more towards Demons now. So, the master plan of the Daleks. Think they've already technically used that, but oh well. Would love to see Doctor Who in an anime style. There's fan art of the 12th Doctor drawn in JoJo style, doing a cool pose. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know why the 12th Doctor would kind of lend himself more to that, but that's really cool, you know? Which Doctors would you like to interact with? I don't know if I could really interact with the 12th Doctor, mainly because I would walk away feeling like an idiot, but probably the best ones to interact with, which you could probably say that about a lot of them. I'm also thinking of 9 would probably be like that, but if I could interact with them... Probably the ones I would go with are either the 10th Doctor or the 13th Doctor because they're kind of the most normal. Like, you could talk to them and be alright. You know, the 13th Doctor would definitely, you know, make you feel like you're smart, you know? Like, which I don't know why I say it, but I feel like she would, you know, if you say something, she'd be like, that's a great idea. I love that idea. Let's go do that, you know? She'd make you feel smart. Whereas everyone else would be like, oh, well, let's go do this instead. And I'm like, oh, well, alright. Or the 12th Doctor would be like, no, that's a stupid idea. We're going to go do this instead, you moron. So, it's probably 13, actually. So, yeah. The Doctor with Hermit Purple would be a lot of fun, and imagining the possibilities of different versions of the Doctor interacting with Joseph Joestar. Yes! Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, man. Have I listened to any Big Finish, or do I plan to? We did a couple reviews about a year ago. Dan and I did, what was it, The Holy Terror, Damaged Goods, and Chimes of Midnight, and then on my own I did The Light at the End. So I will do more in the future sometime. I've never gotten around to actually doing it, so yeah. Arachnids is the only story you won't rewatch because it scares the shit out of you. Well, okay, I get that. If you don't like spiders, then yeah, that's kind of not really a good episode to be watching. So, Anime-style Third Doctor smacking people. Yes! That sounds awesome. Some people never gave Whittaker a chance because she is female. Do you agree that the Doctor is still the Doctor? Gender doesn't matter. Gender does not matter. Gender does not matter with the Doctor. That I will say. Whatever my problems are with the writing or anything, she is the Doctor. I fully buy that she's the Doctor. So yeah, I'm sorry. I just cracked my knuckles right in front of the microphone. You can probably also hear that my voice is getting a little sore, so I need to drink. Alright. So, yeah, gender does not matter. She is definitely the Doctor. So, you can go with male, female, they can all be the Doctor. It's fine. So, just joined after finishing Spyfall Part 1 Early Access. I have a question. Do you think Jodie needs to become a higher ranking Doctor for you? Do I think she needs to become a higher ranking Doctor for me? Well, yeah, I would love her to be a higher ranking Doctor for me. I want more. I want more of her, and I want more of her being the Doctor. So, you found arachnids so bad it's good. Well, that's pretty good, Saranga, on the other hand, was just bad. Aw, dang it. Oh, so close. Oh, well. The fam stuff doesn't really change anything for me because there are all some really different ideas. Okay. Fugitive of the Jadoon was an improvement. Well, I'm not there yet. So, anyway. You guys are leaving paragraphs now. It's crazy. Femme was meant to be deliberately embarrassing, which that sounds like something the Doctor would say, and they're like, no, Doctor, come on. God, you're 2,000 years old, you're starting to act your age by trying to say femme, I thought we weren't doing femme. That's my Ryan impression. I thought we weren't doing femme. That's exactly how he talks, right? I thought we weren't doing femme. I love that I can do impressions of all of them. Like, I doing an impression of Yaz is probably a bit difficult, but even Graham's like, oh, I thought we weren't doing fam anymore, Doc. That's exactly how I would do Graham. So, yeah, I like to think how other Doctors would say fam. 12 would definitely say it sarcastically. 11 would be more clueless. Well, come along then, fam. Doctor, don't say fam. That's how that would go down if he said that to Clara. No, well, because I guess he would have to say it to Bill and Nardole, so... Well, come along, back to the Tardis then, fam. And they'd probably be like, what on earth did you just say? That's my best Bill impression, so... It's very interesting. I like being able to do impressions of most of the characters, so... Yeah, 11 would be a bit more clueless, like, well, come on, back to the Tardis then, fam. And then Amy would be like, what did you just say to us? I was like, what? I thought that's what all the young people were saying, Oh, anyway. Which Doctors would you choose to put together for an episode? Yes. I mean, yeah, I'd put a lot of them together, honestly. I would love to see... I mean, 11 and 12, mainly because they were sort of built off each other. I mean, well, obviously 11 came first, but 12 being the opposite of 11, I think that would be really good. Yes, the next Series 13 has gone down to 8 episodes due to COVID. Plan is to go to 11 once it's over for Series 14. Well, that's something. So... any plans on reacting to honest Doctor Who trailers? It's spoiler free for you now. I've already watched it. Sorry, I already watched it. But I did know that. I did know when I was fine to watch it. So, but yeah, I've already watched it, and it was very, very funny. So yeah. Have you thought about how you're going to experience as a fan finding out who the next Doctor is when they do a big announcement about it? Yeah, that would be kind of interesting. I will have that sort of experience of like, ooh, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? And then it's like, oh, it's this person. Oh, that's really interesting. Of course, then it kind of depends on, do I actually know this actor? Because, like, if I was caught up when Capaldi ended and it's like, Jodie Whittaker is going to be the next Doctor, I'd be like, who? I don't know who that is, you know? So, yeah, unless it's like, I don't know, Michael Sheen, I'm probably not going to know who they are per se, but that'll be interesting. We'll have to see. So, that is exactly how Ryan talks, which is not good news for Tazan Cole. I assume that's how you say his name. It's not good that I can do his voice so easily. I thought we weren't doing fam. Oh boy. Let's see. He's Australian now. Is that what I was doing? I don't know. Hello. You and your dad gave Davison's Kinda a pretty harsh ride. It's one of your favorite stories. Do you ever rewatch stories you dislike for reevaluation? Well, we will, once we get there. But I haven't really gone back to Kinda that much. Like, occasionally, like, I'll try to rewatch the reaction, but obviously I don't remember the rest of the episodes, so I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if my opinion has changed. Good night, good sir, or ma'am. See you later. Thanks for stopping by, though. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes. Would I ever go back and reevaluate? I mean, yes. And I especially have to say that due to stuff like The Power of the Daleks and the Daleks' Master Plan, for instance, which Dan and I were also very harsh towards, but we learned that a lot of people really love those episodes. So maybe we'll definitely rewatch Kinda once we get to it in the rewatch. Granted, that's 14 seasons from now, so it's gonna be a little while, but we'll get there and we'll rewatch it. So, yeah. Putting Doctors together in an episode is going to be topical in 2 years when the 60th comes around. Yep. Oh God, yeah, we're coming up to the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. I hope they do another, big Doctor event. That is going to be pretty cool if they do that. So I'd love to see as many as you can that can come back. I'd really love that. Remember when I said you bring back Mojo and you said what my dumb JoJo? I don't know what. Oh, wait, as in Anne from JoJo? I don't know what you're saying there, so, oh well. Which season of Doctor Who Gentle should react to in order to get views? Oh, what season should Gentle Criminal react to in order to get views? Oh, I did say that, didn't I? In one of the earlier videos with Gentle Criminal and My Hero Academia, he was like, "Oh, I have such a hard time getting people to watch my videos," and so I said, "Oh, why don't you try watching Doctor Who? I mean, start from series 1 and go." That's what I did, and that's honestly how you do it. You start at the Ninth Doctor, you go, you're set for at least 3 years, So, imagine if the solid tract in It Takes You Away took the form of River and not the frog. So much more impactful watching the Doctor let her go. That would have been interesting if it was River. The only thing about that is, watching the Doctor let her go. He's already done that like 5 times. Now granted, the 13th Doctor hasn't, but that could be pretty cool. But I don't know. I'm fine with the frog, but yeah, I get what you're saying there. This season, we saw the Doctor using more Aikido. Do you like when the Doctor uses martial arts, or would you prefer them to just use their brains? No, use more of the Aikido, because I actually like looked up Aikido, and isn't it like specifically like it's not exactly an aggressive style, it's more just for disabling your opponent. That is exactly what the Doctor should do, and I know the third Doctor does that. I would love for the 13th Doctor to do that, and she started doing a little bit of it, and it's like, do that, when someone's holding a gun, you just, do that, do something, Anyway, favorite and least favorite series. That's a toughie. That's a really toughie. Least favorite? I'd probably say favorite might be Series 4. Least favorite? Ooh, God, that's like picking children, man. That's like picking children. I don't... Ooh, that's a little too tricky. I don't know if I can do that just yet, but maybe favorite, I'd probably say Series 4. So, that tough question though, very tough. Which weird Doctor Who food would you try? Fish fingers and custard, jelly babies, jammy dodgers, custard cream. Jammy dodgers sound really nice. They always look good, Like, they always look really, really good. So, maybe that. Maybe the jelly babies. Yeah. Fish fingers and custard, probably not, though. Yeah. They should have done time dilation with the frog. The Doctor stays with the frog for half a century, but it's only 5 minutes later. Yeah, that could have been interesting. And that would have been good for the solid track, Totally off topic, but who are some of your favorite Stardust Crusaders? My favorite Stardust Crusader is Joseph, followed by Jotaro, Avdol, Kakyoin, Polnareff, 50 Feet of Shit, and then Iggy. So, anywho. Remember when the trailer came out, they put a scene of every Doctor blowing a kiss to the frog. Everybody thought it was someone important. Put in a scene of... Oh, okay. They didn't show the frog. That's hilarious. Oh. 13th season of Doctor Who would be a collaboration with Gentle. Oh my gosh. The Doctor versus Gentle Criminal? Yes! She doesn't even fight that much, but I would love to see that, My dear woman, I don't think you quite understand that I must infiltrate unit. Gently rebound! Anyway. Where was I? Series 4 had an Avengers level crossover event, which was incredible. Series 7 was the weakest. Felt like two different half series put together. Yeah, I get that. Because, in the first half, okay, Town Called Mercy is definitely a really, really great episode. But other than that, they're just sort of, eh. And then, I like the second half of Series 7, but there's not really a standout episode except for, Name of the Doctor. But even that is more just, build up to the 50th. So I get that. Yeah. So, yeah. What character from the previous series would you like to appear in Series 12? I think you're baiting me specifically on that one. I think I know what you're trying to get me to say. Well, it would be very interesting to have Jack Harkness back. Ooh, I wonder if that will happen. Anyway, I will admit I've already been spoiled on that. I am sorry. That's the last thing I was spoiled on. Well, other than the twist at the end of Spyfall Part 1. That's the only other thing. And then I don't know anything about, the Timeless Children or anything. So, but I did know that two characters were coming back in Series 12. But who else would I like to appear in Series 12? The only one you can really bring back is Martha, I feel like. So, Martha. We'll say Martha. That'd be awesome. Fish fingers and custard is the best. Okay. There are videos of fans trying fish fingers and custard and liking it. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I don't think I'll do that, though. So. Oh, hello. Is Sleep No More your most negative Who reaction thus far? I think so. Just because that was boring. It was just so boring. The only other thing I could say is maybe like Love and Monsters, but even Love and Monsters, I was like, that was dumb, but overall, like, whatever. I can watch it and be like, oh, okay, whatever. But Sleep No More, I was just bored. That one was so boring. So yes, I hate spoilers. I blame the BBC's website. Just so you know, Jack and we've all seen Spyfall, so spoiler alert. I'll go ahead and say it. Yeah, the whole me being spoiled on Jack and the Master, that was more like the BBC's fault for like putting that on their website when I was trying to watch like Series 7 episodes. So yeah, but yeah. Which Doctor Who villains monsters do you think are underrated from classic and new Who and would love to see more? You'd love to see more of the Autons and the Vashta Nerada. The Vashta Nerada would be very interesting. Let's see. What else would I really like? I'd really have to look at them. It's so tricky to like look at them all, you know? It's so tricky to see. Here's the thing: when you ever ask, like, "Oh, who's your favorite villain?" Like, that's a lot of villains I have to try to remember, you know. So I don't know if I can fully answer that one. But the Autons and the Vashta Nerada would definitely be pretty cool. The Vashta Nerada, I would be curious what else you could do with them, but I mean, you can probably find something. But the Autons would be very cool, definitely. May or may not change depending on how Series 11 goes. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. So, maybe Kill the Moon was the worst. I liked Kill the Moon. Damn it all. I liked Kill the Moon! Oh well. I remember filming my reaction to said appearance of Jack reappearing. Since you already know, it almost killed me. Yeah. That would have been so cool if I didn't know and be like, oh my gosh! But instead I'll be like, oh, sweet! You know? Which I guess is still something. Midnight is still the best standalone episode for me. That is an opinion. I'm not saying you're wrong. I am frankly saying that is an opinion. Best standalone for me is The Girl Who Waited. Best standalone for me is The Girl in the Fireplace. That is my absolute favorite episode of Doctor Who. So, tried to warn me about Jack, but it was too late. When did you try to warn me? I don't know. But I mean, like, guys, Jack returning was trending on Twitter, so it was very difficult for me. Now, luckily, nowadays I don't look at the trending page on Twitter at all, so I've really backed off from that. But yeah, it just didn't work out. Have I ever heard of a show called Once Upon a Time? I have heard of that, actually. I hear that in a couple episodes they have the Count of Monte Cristo, and when I read what he did, I thought that they didn't understand the Count of Monte Cristo. But that's all. That's all I really know. So, who knows? Maybe we could react to it one day? Meh. Really like Kill the Moon, despite the awful moon thing. The character interactions were... Oh. I kind of like the moon thing. I mean, I like the idea of the moon being an egg. I do understand that it's kind of weird for our moon to be an egg. Like, if this was another moon, it might be better, but... Yeah. But yeah. How do I think Series 12 will end, and how do I hope it will end? How do I think it will end? I think it will end with the Doctor and the fam flying away to another adventure. How do I hope it will end? That it's the Doctor and the fam flying away to another adventure. Like, I have no idea what we're going to be getting into at the end of this. I know there's some sort of brouhaha going about, But I honestly just hope that we just continue on. You know, we just move on like almost nothing happened. That's kind of just what I think will happen. You know, best standalone is Blink. That's a very good. That's a good one too. So, the Vashta Nerada are a shadow of their former selves. I guess that's true. Bring back the Chumblies. I don't wanna. What do I think of the new Master? Well, you will find out in my reaction to Spyfall. Yeah. I know I've been bringing up Spyfall a lot, but I do try to I try to stay focused a bit, you know? Missy, though, is kind of very much my number one master right now, so I wanted more of her, you know? If you could change one part of the Doctor's past, what would it be? Okay, you are a little on the nose there, buddy. You are way too on the nose with your questions. If I could change one part of the Doctor's past, what would it be? What would it be? Change. Okay, you know the problem with your question? I don't know the Doctor's past, so I can't tell you. I can't be like, well, I would rather that he, you know, went up to, you know, this one place during his time at the academy. I don't know. Maybe he did that. I don't know. I don't know the Doctor's damn past. So that is a completely loaded question, and you know it's a loaded question, so stop asking questions like that. Anyway, I was going to tell you on Twitter or Discord that there was a spoiler on the back of the Blu-ray, but you already posted about it. Yes. Oh, okay. Yes, because I technically got the Blu-ray a little early, and it just has John Barrowman's smiling ass face on the back, so oh well. Well, it's okay. It's okay. If I don't like the brouhaha, am I going to quit the show altogether like other fans have? Probably not. Whatever this brouhaha is, I actually don't think, like, whatever it is or whatever it can be, there is no possible way that it can actually affect the show as a whole, you know? And that's a very loaded statement I just said, and nobody say anything. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to affect literally any, no matter what it is, it can't completely change a 55 or however 57-year-old show, you know? So, I don't know. But we'll have to see. So stop asking about it. Stop asking about the brouhaha that's going to go down. I don't know if someone has already asked this, but are you looking forward to catching up to us or not? And will you be watching the new series when they come out? Yes, I am looking forward to catching up because I'll be able to watch with you guys, which I don't often do. Like, even right now, I'm almost caught up with My Hero Academia, but the dub for the next season has already started, so I'm still technically just a little bit behind, but I'll be very happy to be caught up with Doctor Who. And then, yeah, I mean, basically, here's what I'm going to tell you is, I would say that within 1 week of a Doctor Who episode going up, you will watch my reaction, is what I will tell you. That's how I'm going to be doing it, is, because you do need to account for, like, okay, the episode needs to air, and then I need to take a day to film it, and then I need to take a day to edit it, and then that needs to go up on YouTube, and it goes through a period of where it's blocked, but then it's not blocked, and then I can actually upload it. So basically, within 1 week of an episode of Doctor Who going up, you will see my reaction. That's how I'm planning on doing it. So, and whether or not that it'll go up on Wednesday or not, that remains to be seen. So, yeah. Vincent and the Doctor is the best historical, and my favorite series is 6 because I love its overarching stories. Series 11 did have great historicals, though. Yeah, I understand Vincent and the Doctor being a great historical. I mean, technically, and not even technically, but Girl in the Fireplace is a historical, and that's my favorite episode, so I would probably say that, you know? But I'm slightly biased. I really love that episode. It's my favorite episode, so... Like, I've rewatched some of it, like, in reactions, and I love that episode so much, you know? So, Okay, so I'm gonna skip over some of this stuff about the brouhaha. So, would Turn Left count as a standalone? I don't know. Technically, I guess you could watch it, but I feel like you need to. I feel like you need to know everything with Donna before that, and then it plays such a big part in going. I guess. Well, I guess it plays into. You got to know about Rose, so I don't know if I would necessarily call that a standalone, but it's still a really great episode. Doctor Who is one of those shows where you can mess with lore and it doesn't matter. Honestly, yeah. I mean, for how many times the Doctor says random crap, it's like, oh yeah, I had like 8 grandmas. Like, who cares? We just move on with life. So, Turn Left deserved to be a 2-parter. Huh. That could have been interesting. I don't know. Is there a villain from a lesser talked about episode you think could return for a bigger focus? Again, that's very, very difficult to do. Okay, I'm only gonna go through recent stuff. So, I would love maybe a bit more with whatever was going on with the Mummy. In Mummy on the Orient Express. Like, even if it's not per se the Mummy, like, maybe stuff with, like, that species could be kind of interesting. Flatline would be interesting to sort of come back. After that... I don't know. No, not really anything I can think of too much. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure about that one. Yeah. No, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, so... We may be getting close to summoning those things that shall not be named. What do you mean, these? These guys? This is... Remember, play nice. So, yeah. We'll throw these guys up here for a little bit while you guys cool off with your other... with your questions, Would you like Doctor Who if it became a lot darker by chance, but nothing like, not like Attack on Titan dark, but like darker? You'd have to give me an example of what kind of dark you're talking about, Because that's very specific. Dark, but not Attack on Titan dark. I'm not sure then, If you were given the opportunity to make a Doctor Who spin-off, what would it be, and who would the main characters be? Anyone from classic or modern Who? Ooh. Huh. Interesting. Very, very interesting. If I could make a Doctor Who's... Well, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is something about Unit. Granted, they're gone right now, but, Huh. Making a Doctor Who spin-off is very difficult. Because there's a lot that could entail. And the thing is, what I would want to do is I would want to make a Doctor Who show. I would want to make a series about the Doctor. So I don't really know, but that's a really great question. Ooh, damn it all. I wish I could think of that. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Maybe something like a bit more of a, not really a detective show, but maybe like not necessarily a detective show, because Torchwood was kind of like that, but more of a, I don't know, maybe like a noir kind of show, like where maybe it's like 1 or 2 people and they investigate things, and And maybe they go to different places or they stay in one place, you know? I don't know, but that is a really, really great question. So, yeah, they never really returned to Gus from Mummy on the Orient Express. I'm just going to assume it's Gus Fring. So, everything you heard about me is true, but a lot of stuff is contradicting. You just tuxedo masks away. My work here is done, but you didn't do anything. That's basically what the Doctor would do. Oh. We'll be doing 2 videos for 5-parters. So we'll do 3 episodes and then 2 episodes, just because it's easier to do it like that. From the classic reactions, which story stands out? Enemy of the World was really good. Enemy of the World, Tomb of the Cybermen was really, really great. I like the moon base as well. Yeah, probably those. So, yes, Bradley Walsh was in the Sarah Jane Adventures as the clown. I actually rewatched part of my reaction to that, and because see, at first I was like, oh yeah, he was the clown, but I forgot he was also just the Pied Piper, so like he didn't have the clown makeup on, and it's just him, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so weird to see him here now. Because, you know, back then, I just watched it and I was like, oh, okay, whatever, here's this guy. And you guys told me, like, oh, he plays a future companion. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But I didn't really put too much thought into it. But now, looking back on it, it's like, oh my god, that's fucking Graham, and this is terrifying, you know? Any spinoff I could think of, Big Finish has probably covered it. Yeah, probably, I would say. You have questionable evil bots, and you did not use the Kerblam Man. That's... Oh! I didn't use the Kerblam Man for my for my squad, the Play Nice squad. I know, but I knew I wanted to use Graham because of the title of this, but then I was like, well, I might as well use Woody too. So yeah, I didn't think of the Kerblam Man. Oh well. Do you think we're done or should be done with Tim Shaw? Do all Stenza take teeth, or do some put other body parts in their faces? Any suggestions? It would get pretty weird if you do something other than teeth. I mean, who knows? Some dude's gonna show up with a bunch of penises on his face or something. So, I think we are done with Tim Shaw. I would be fine with bringing in other Stenza, though. So yeah. But Tim Shaw would be a bit like, okay, we're kind of done with this guy, you know? Do you like that Chibnall got rid of Unit? He was the one who brought them back in the Power of Three, so a lot of people were hoping he would have them interact with Jodie. I mean, I'm fine with leaving Unit for a little while, but I would like them to come back at some point. You know, like, I could see them, you know, like, Kate shows up to do something. It's like, oh, I thought Unit was gone. It's like, well, a lot of people think Unit is gone. Now we're just Secret Unit, you know? So, they can bring it back at any point and I'll buy it, you know? Just a matter of time. When are they going to do that? Would I like to see another Dimensions in Time? Well, with the modern Doctors? Hell yes, I would. That sounds amazing. It's like the same shitty quality. It's the same. It's 4x3. It'd be like Zack Snyder. Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious if they remade Dimensions in Time, but with all the actors. You bring back all the companions too. Oh, dude, I'd love that. Do I want Ronnie back? I assume you mean Ronnie from the Sarah Jane Adventures and not the Ronnie who I've only seen in Dimensions in Time. Yeah, I'd be fine with bringing Ronnie back. That'd be kind of cool. The Doctor did meet Ronnie in Death of the Doctor, so they could easily do that. Let's see. Tossin Cole is in The Force Awakens. Really? Where? Where is he? Where is he in The Force Awakens? That's awesome. Oh, that's super sweet. Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. Doctor Who stories revolving around people's real/natural fears. That'd be kind of interesting. You don't like the fact that UNIT is gone because of a Brexit joke. I mean, it just depends on when they'll bring them back, you know? And again, I could see, like, you know, one episode they do it for the Brexit joke, and then the next episode it's like, well, you can't really get rid of it, you know? So yeah. Have I seen episode 3 of Series 12? No. Stop talking about Series 12. Rory has recently gotten his own adventures on Big Finish, exploring the 2000s years he spent as the lone Centurion when he was watching over Amy in the box. Oh, so it's about him as the Centurion? Oh, that's awesome. So, only up to season 10 on my reactions, but you'd figured you'd stop in and say hi. Well, hi. Let's see. Imagine Attack on Titan levels of darkness in Doctor Who. Oh, it would. I mean, well, you're practically talking about Torchwood at that point, you know, like some 4, 5, 6 levels of darkness. So, let's see. Another Dimensions in Time would be the way they have the JoJo crossover. Oh my gosh, yeah, they do like a live action, like. They bring in Richard Epcar as Joseph, and then he swaps into Ben Diskin as young Joseph. That's a brilliant idea. Good job, guys. Or they swap into the actors from... I know there's a live-action adaptation of Diamond is Unbreakable, which I do kind of want to watch that, obviously, after I do Diamond is Unbreakable, which is, like, good lord, like a year from now. But that'd be funny if they did that, so... thoughts on Gallifrey being destroyed again? Well, you will learn in my reaction to that. We are focused on this. Any chance you will get any Doctor's coat? That's an interesting question. Again, if any of them, I would love the 11th Doctor's second outfit, but I would actually love to be able to get a costume for the Doctor so that I could potentially do a video that may or may not be... a relaxing video, let's say. This was about to be the first time that we weren't going to mention this on a Doctor Who stream, but you guys know I want to do it. So, anyway. Were you not a fan of the talking frog idea? It was just goofy. Whatever, you know. The Trickster and the 456 versus the Doctor. I mean, I don't know if the Trickster is necessarily dark. You could have the Trickster in a Doctor Who episode, but the 456... Well, if the 456 were on Doctor Who, the Doctor would have murdered them completely. Like, I don't care what Doctor you're talking about. The Doctor would have murdered them without a second thought, so... Or at the very least, you know, threw them into a collapsing galaxy or something. So... Oy. Oh, I don't know what Emmerdale is. So, yeah. I'm not getting Six's coat. Six has the worst outfit. Jesus. There are anime creatures in Doctor Who canon. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about there. Technically, the 11th Doctor has 4 different styles. Okay, well, the style when he meets Clara, you know, the back half of his final style, basically, is what I'm talking about. They can't bring back the Trickster due to rights issues. Oh, damn it. Well, that blows. Okay, we have officially looped back. What is my favorite TARDIS interior design? We actually answered that at the beginning of the stream, so I'm going to say this is probably time that we're going to wrap things up. So let's wrap it up, folks. Let's get some last second questions going in. Kakyoin as a Doctor Who companion would be awesome since he has the mannerisms to make a Doctor. He would. Honestly, he would. I would love, though, a companion like Jotaro just because, and like that's like the Doctor's only companion. So like they're going to like this fantastical world, and the Doctor's like, "Oh, look at this! Isn't it amazing?" And they're like, "I guess." Good grief. My Jotaro is not very good because my throat is scratchy now. But I would love someone like Jotaro as a companion, but then they're actually like, you know, maybe they're kind of getting into it a little bit, but they're also like, whatever. Good grief, you know. Tossin was an X-Wing pilot in The Force Awakens. Ooh, cool. Emmerdale could be the series that replaces Doctor Who. I don't know what Emmerdale is. Very popular British soap. Fraser Hines started it for many years after he left Doctor Who. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Well, a British soap opera. I don't know if I could do that. That'd be a bit much. What's my favorite title sequence? Probably 11's second one from the back half of Series 11, so yeah. Sorry I missed the beginning of the It's fine. It's totally fine. It's just... we've been going for an hour and a half. That we're bound to run into that. It's totally fine. I'm just hectoring you, so... How are you and your dad getting on with your Troughton marathon? It's not really a Troughton marathon. It's more of just reacting to Troughton. We're doing fine. We just did the first 3 episodes of Fury from the Deep, which were really interesting. So, should River come back and snog the 13th Doctor? Oh my. Well, I mean, look, anytime River is on screen, the brain downstairs does enjoy it, I have to admit, and I'm sure you're all that way too. So if you put River with the 13th Doctor, then let's just say the brain downstairs is gonna get closer to the brain upstairs. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I'm sorry to put that image in your mind. Let's move on. Who do you think / hope the curator was from the day of the Doctor? Do you hope it's a future Doctor just reusing 4's face, or someone who happens to look a lot like 4, or something else? I would imagine it is the Doctor towards the end of his actual life and reusing the 4th Doctor's face, you know? I would say it's that, but also don't think about it. That doesn't, like, I don't think we're actually like going to get to that point, or like this takes away, you know, the stakes from like, or the danger from anything. It's just sort of that is, or even like that's a possible Doctor in the future. So yeah. The guy that owns the Trickster is, well, the BBC doesn't want to associate with him, and it's justified because he's, well, not a fan of a group of people. Oh geez. Oh gosh. Well, I mean, well, then just make a new character like the Trickster and just don't use that. So, an hour and a half of no chest hair. We honestly didn't devolve that much in this conversation, and I've got chest hair for days, guys. Now, we did just devolve, yeah, with the brain downstairs, but I'm like, look, let's all face it. We're all attracted to River Song. Let's just face the facts there. And for God's sake, yeah, 13th plus River, anime nosebleed intensifies. Let's face it, the 13th Doctor is adorable. So, of course, we would all want that. So, okay. Ooh, okay, you made a good Dr. Jotaro interaction. Look at this fascinating monument over there. How jolly good. Good grief. Calm down. It's just an old carved rock. Oh, yes, I want that so bad. I want, like, no other companions. It's just the Doctor and Jotaro Kujo. Can I please? And then Star Platinum beats the crap out of a Dalek. I want that. Or hell, even the Master. Like, can you imagine, like, can you imagine? It was like, oh, the Master's back. What do we do? Ora! Ora! Oh, gee, I can't do auras anyway. Add in a bad voice, too. Jeez. Oh, God. Who do you think is the most useless... Oh, my God. Who do you think is the most useless companion of modern Who? You're saying it's Ryan? Oh, man. Don't make me do this. Don't make me do that. I mean, by comparison to the rest, maybe. I don't know. Cheers and good night from the UK. Best Who reaction out there. Thank you. Thank you. You're up here. The camera's up here. Thank you. Oh, that's great. Main problem with Series 11 was a lack of interesting series arc. The fact that Tim Shaw and the Stenzo were just so bland and boring didn't really help anything. I get that. Favorite episode of Series 11 is Demons. Dio and the Master working together. Oh my gosh. Would Zawarudo affect the Doctor? I don't know. I'm not 100% on what the world's power is, but probably. We'll just say probably. Jonathan Joestar would be a good Doctor. Hell yes. The worst new companion is still Clara. Alright, whatever. Tim Shaw is the perfectly serviceable one-and-done villain for the first episode. As a seasoned big bad, yeah, not so much. You don't really like Tossing Cole's performance? Oh, come on now. Why don't you like Ryan? I don't understand. I thought we weren't doing fam. Oh god. Imagine the Doctor witnessing the Kakyoin Sherry lick. Yes! Oh my gosh. Lick, 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 lick. Which of the Masters would you choose to put together? Yes. All of them. I don't know if any of the classic Masters are still alive. Well, I know Eric Roberts is, so Eric Roberts, John Sim, Michelle Gomez, and then Sacha Dhawan. I assume that's how you pronounce his name. I could be completely wrong. Okay, we have to wrap things up. What was the other thing I wanted to say? Oh yeah, Dio and the Master working together. Honestly, I am not entirely convinced that the Master isn't Dio. Any personal hopes where you want the series to go? Like, are there stories you would want to see written, or a specific person you'd like the Doctor to meet, or somewhere they haven't been yet? Anything specific? I can't really think of it, you know? It's just... I can't really think of anything too crazy for that, you know? So, it's like specific places. Again, like, well, I would like them to go to more historical American places, but maybe that's me saying that as an American. So I don't know. If you like all the Masters in one place, you should really enjoy Big Finish is masterful. Yeah, I heard about that. They even bring back Eric Roberts, don't they? So, yeah. Okay. We are going to wrap this up. Who is Dio? Oh, you poor, sweet summer child. Dio. D-I-O, all caps, Dio. Dio, you need to go watch some, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. First two stories are 5-part. We're going to be splitting up 5-parters into 2 videos. Do you think the Cybermen have been handled better in Classic or New Who? I think they're better in Classic Doctor Who so far. So, Aura, and the Daleks get decimated so bad. Dude, which is stronger? The Daleks' armor or the strength of Star Platinum? Here's the big question. Can the Daleks beat the Emerald Splash? Nothing can beat it. Oh, can't wait for Alex's bisexual awakening and chest hair to make a big oh, well, I'm sorry. Here's some chest hair, and yes, we can all pretty much assume now, after everything that I've watched, that I am bisexual. So, there you go. So, can an awakening really return? Like, once it's awoke, then there you go, you know? Okay. Okay, we have to end. So, we have to end. We are done. Dio is master plus sex gas plus vampires. What? Also, that comment has been left out of the top chat, but it's in the live chat, so I'm just assuming they didn't like you talking about sex gas. So, okay, we are ending, folks. We are ending this here. Good day to you all. This is that awkward moment where I have to say, goodbye very slowly, so you all, get your chance to say that, because it will end very quickly. So this is our last few seconds. Yes or no? Yes or no as a bi man? You're saying. So what you're saying is I need to say, am I bisexual? Yes or no? Well, the answer is then yes, I am. So there's your answer. There's your big revelation. There you go. There. I hope you enjoy. Okay, good night. Good night. We're done. Okay, we're gonna move on.